Okay, this is collecting evidence for Unit 328, Learning Outcome 2 and 3. Morgan and Sarah are present, and it's the 27th of January. Okay, Morgan, so you've got in front of you your maintenance schedule that you carry out either daily, monthly, weekly, whatever. Okay, so can you just take me through some of the information that you've got on that particular schedule?
Well, first of all, we have to check backups weekly. Well, we do tapes, so weekly we have to change the tape. So that's the maintenance we do on our backups. Our spyware scan, antivirus scan and removal, we have to do that near enough every day. We schedule it in for every day.
Okay, slow down. Go back to the backup. I need you to show me things, okay? So don't just take me through the schedule. Actually take me and show me. So are you able to show me anything to do with backups or backups that have failed or anything like that?
I can't access that because it's not in this system that we're on at the moment. It's in a separate one.
Okay.
But I do know there has been trouble with maybe people not swapping tapes, stuff like that.
So do you know if most of your customers are still using tapes, or some of them using the cloud or NAS boxes, or?
I think one of our clients is using cloud, but the rest of them using tape.
Right, okay. So would you say that's quite a big problem?
Yeah, because it's manual work, and you have to make sure someone does it every week.
Okay. Right, stop. Okay. What's the next one on your list? I want you to take me through it and show me.
Antivirus updates. That makes sure. What should I show you there?
Yeah, show it to me.
Alright, well. Antivirus updates. We've got our Viper console here, which sends out updates, makes sure all the agents are up to date with the definitions.
Okay, so just tell me, this is showing your customers, is it?
Yeah.
So you've got a list of...
policies. We've got a list of policies. So each policy is different, and it's for a different company. So say for this one, it's policy of Henry Construction. It contains all the computers for Henry Construction. It will keep them up to date, and if not, we get maybe alerts by it, or it will tell us here.
Okay, so if you see something that says not communicating, for example, what does that usually mean?
It usually means that the computer's actually not on or online at the moment, so it can't tell us what's happening with it.
Okay, so would you react to that?
If we could see that their computer was having a problem with their Viper agent, and then we could see it was not communicating, then yeah, we would. But in this case, these computers are most probably off.
What, switched off?
Yeah, switched off.
So I suppose I'm asking, would you contact the customer and say...
No.
You wouldn't? Okay,
No.
so you just assume that they're switched off.
Because we still get alerts if something bad goes wrong with it.
Okay, so where do the alerts come in?
They come to here.
Okay, so tell me about that system. So what's this one all about?
This is LabTech, and we get tickets for everything that happens at every single client computer, every single server, anything that happens on it, we get a ticket. So for instance, we got one here which is for free disk space under a percentage that we can put, and it just tells us what we normally do on these occasions was actually get onto the machine, lower as much space we can so it's under the 10% threshold.
Right. If you can't, so let's say you go on there and there's no way you can get it to the right percentage, what do you do then?
May offer some more storage space, another disk, or tell them, or ask them if you can archive some files, so for instance a PSD file or OST files.
Okay.
So just make more space anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just go back to the system that alerts you. Okay, so when you say they're tickets, are they alerts in effect coming
Alerts
through?
in effect, yeah, but they are treated as tickets.
Fine, okay, that's what I thought. So in other words, it is still recording proactive maintenance in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying? Rather than, I mean, obviously you do have to react, but this is telling you before the problem's arisen, hasn't it?
Yeah, before they run out of space or they're so out of updates that none of their hardware is compatible.
Fine, okay, good. All right, can you just go back to your antivirus?
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Okay, so just tell me a little bit more about this. So you said it checks to see if there are...
Yeah, so if you can see You can it pushes updates.
Okay,
So
what's your name?
if it finds one that's out of date, then it will push the update. But if it can't update it for whatever reason, we'll get a ticket in LabTech about saying we couldn't update this agent.
Okay, so when you say push an update, where's the update coming from?
The Viper's.
Okay,
It's
so there's
coming
no
from the
windows on
console.
there at all.
Well,
Yes, so I'm just trying to work out which update
is
is
there
being
any chance
pushed.
you
Is
could
the
drop us an
update's
email,
being
please?
pushed to the
definition
client?
update. Yeah, push to client machine.
Right, the definition
yeah.
update.
Yeah, definition updates.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, so are we saying then that
If that's
Viper
okay, we can get it
must
all
go
ready
out
and
somewhere
up
to
and
the
running
internet to
for
get
you.
the
Yeah,
latest
yeah,
definitions?
yeah.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Fine, so it pushes.
The alternative
How do you
is
deal
that
with the actual
if you get
scanning
an
of the
email,
client
I
then?
can
Is
get
that
Chris
through
to have a look at
Viper?
it, and you can
Well,
decide
the
whether we
computer,
come to your site
what I know,
or
it does
whether you
regular
send it to
scans
I'm
randomly.
not 100%
But
sure. I've just
we
started
do.
working
It
on it.
also got active protection. So if it finds anything on the computer, download it proactively.
If there's
If you
no
downloaded
partition
something
on there,
and it
there won't
senses
be
something's
any way
wrong
to
with
boot
it,
that
it'll
system
stop
without
downloading straight away. We'll
Windows.
get a ticket about that.
Can you show me any of that?
And you can
Yeah,
try
Because
and
that's
boot the
proactive
system
maintenance,
and
isn't it?
But with these, we don't get it in this. We get it in.
Does it come in as an email?
Come in as an email.
Okay.
And if I can find one.
System restore. But even then, I wouldn't be. Yeah, if you can try that, because I wouldn't be able to get onto your system without a valid Windows installation on there.
There you go. So it tell us what the site, the policy,
Okay.
the computer, the threat name.
Oh, so it's found a threat
Yeah,
there. Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
I think that
It
would be
used
the
to send it
best
to quarantine, but now we've configured it so it just deletes off the computer.
Right,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
so it kind of does it all for you,
Yeah.
but at least you know what's going
Yeah,
on.
so it tells us. But when we do receive these, we do still go to the computer and we do still scan it just for.
So
just
if we
for-
went and had a look at that, can we actually look at that computer?
Yeah. Chems and instruction.
Yeah, it will be Chris Blair that you need to speak to. With
Okay.
regards to
What do you want to look
getting
at?
this
So
machine
can we
set
actually
to
see anything
when
about the
you-
antivirus on it?
Is that okay?
You can see definition date.
Right.
You can see the virus is it's enabled and it's running.
Okay,
That's about all you can see, but you do get the tickets for it here, so
okay.
you'll know.
You'd know from that.
And
but-
also, we do find that a lot of viruses do affect the services, so
Yep.
we do get a lot of tickets about services. So let's take maybe this one as an example. I know this one is a piece of malware.
Right.
So, as soon
Okay.
as we see that, we won't even try restarting the service or trying to. We just get straight on the machine, scan it.
Okay, good. So you react to that quite
Yeah.
quickly. Okay, so that's your antivirus. Now, what about Windows updates?
Windows updates. We generally, for the servers, we have it on automatic, but with clients, it's more of their choice.
Oh, okay. Right, let's have a look at a server then.
A server. Okay, so this one updates itself.
Okay, so just show me that that's the.
Control. That's right. I'm not going on one.
That's it. Okay, so we can see from that.
Yesterday at 12:36.
So, okay, so that. Now, do your servers go out to Microsoft on automatically and pull the updates down in that
Yeah,
case?
yeah.
Okay, so do they then just install whatever is up there?
I think it only installs important. I don't think optional.
Okay,
get
so
installed.
critical and.
Critical and important.
Okay, just click on change settings for me. Okay, so what can we see there?
We can see who can install updates.
Yep.
We can.
What does it say?
Give me updates for Microsoft products and check for new optional. So that's basically any new products that will come out from Microsoft and new software. All the updates for it will be downloaded.
Okay, and then you've got important updates running
Yeah.
at what time?
Important updates running at 3 o'clock every day.
In the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, have you got a server that needs doing?
No.
I thought we found one earlier. Did we not? Oh, okay. No, they were all up to. Is that you don't have one that's out of date then?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, not even the one here. No, that was automatic. That was updated
they're
as
all,
well.
I think they've all got automatic updates. On
Okay, so they're being done on a daily basis. Okay, so let's say you did have a server that needed to be updated. Could you do that in the middle of the day?
No.
Why not?
Because you can't just shut a server off in the middle of the day when people are using it, because people it creates downtime.
Okay.
Which I'd rather do at night when we can do it when no one is actually on the network.
Okay. Why would you have to bring the server down though, just to do an update?
Because you have to restart it for everything to take place.
Okay, good. Yeah, so you couldn't do it in the middle of the day, could
Yeah,
you? It wouldn't
no.
be very popular. Okay, let's go back to your system and just see what other alerts you're getting in.
Okay. We get things like updates. So.
Oh, see, there is one. Updates. You're
but
out of date.
This is for a client machine.
Okay, that's fine. Can we go to a client machine then?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
we
let's
can't
do that.
just jump onto it actually.
Really? Why not?
So it's a it's a customer. You can't just jump straight onto the machine.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. So what would you have to do?
I'd have to liaise with them, find the time that we both think I should get connected.
Okay. So we can see from your alert system that you have out of date
Yeah, we do.
this is for your workstations,
Yeah,
isn't it?
workstations,
Rather
yeah,
than your
fine.
servers. So it
Yeah.
makes sense that your servers are actually done automatically. Workstations, that's debatable. But you're absolutely right. We can't just jump on and say, oh, we're going to update it without
Yeah.
negotiating it with your
Yeah.
customer. Fair enough. Okay. Anything else? Let's have a look. What else?
We've got, let's see, we've got monitors, internal monitors in our client computers, and this, maybe if a monitor fails or gets disabled, maybe even if we did it, it will still tell us.
So what do you mean by a monitor?
So we have monitors in internal monitors that monitor, let's say, if your CPU goes over 90%, we'll get an alert for it.
Okay.
Or if your computer's not been rebooted in 30 days, we'll get an alert for it.
Fine.
So that means if it's a monitor that's made to see your make sure it reboots every 30 days, then you haven't rebooted in 30 days, it will fail, and then we'll get a ticket about it.
Right, gotcha. So this one here, this is something to do with SQL.
Yeah, so it's probably Chris or someone probably disabled it,
Right, okay. 'Cause
but it's just saying just in case.
Just in case that you didn't
Yeah.
do it manually. Oh, okay, gotcha. So most of what you need to know comes through in a variety of different ways, doesn't it? But you
Yeah.
do get information coming through on systems.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, just go back to your maintenance schedule. Okay, so let's just go through. So backup, we can't really look at that because
I haven't got access to
your system.
software,
Okay,
system.
that's fine. Antivirus updates we've looked at. When you talk about Microsoft patch assessment, what's that relating to?
Sending out patches. WDS or
Careful,
no,
WDS is images.
No, it's W.
So I think when we talk about Windows updates, what are we talking about?
Updating, making sure that our computer's up to date with all the updates are available to it.
Okay, so what's the key area that Microsoft often fail on?
Security.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's a service pack or a patch? When you're patching something, what are you doing?
Fixing it, in a sense, fixing like the holes in it. So anything, bugs in software,
Yeah.
bugs in security, they
Yeah.
fix that.
Yeah, so Microsoft used to release them as service packs. Now they just release them as a .1. Yeah, because it used to be a service pack. But now they just go, actually, this is 8.1. Oh, okay, then you fixed it then, have you? And then anything else, they come out in Windows updates, in effect, okay? Because you can go and pick them up. So that's what that's relating to. Okay, so ticket check, physical disk space check, good. Okay, so if I was to say to you, what was the most common problems that you get, if you like, when it comes to trying to carry out, well, preventional support or proactive yeah,
Well, we get
support?
what I do find we get a lot of is two things, but the one thing I do think we do get a lot of is LabTech tells us when services stop and start. So just in case, but normally this stuff like, oh yeah, I closed TeamViewer or I exited it. Oh, TeamViewer's stopped working.
Okay, so what you're saying, you get lots of information, but actually it's quite irrelevant.
Yeah. So, but we do. If I could show you. We can actually, if we're going to a client machine, we get maybe a few tickets about services that some services basically don't need to know about if they start and stop. So you see these red ones here, if you can see it on the camera, they're basically blacklisted. So it doesn't mean like anything bad. It just means that when they stop and start, because they regularly do it, and we don't need to know. We don't hear about it.
Okay.
But yeah, the most common one we do get is services. But normally, 90% of the time, because of the blacklisting we do, it is something bad. Like normally it's a virus or some kind of spyware. But normally it is left behind by when we delete it.
Okay, so what you're saying is it warns you about the services being stopped.
Yeah.
But quite often it's actually because they've been attacked by a virus.
Yeah.
So are you also saying then that even when you clean them, sometimes it's left behind and it hasn't cleaned off properly?
Yeah, some services get left behind and they stop and start, and it's quite annoying.
Yeah, okay. Backup, we've already kind of said. Biggest problem with backup?
Our biggest problem with backup is people not putting the tapes in.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get people to come away from that, aren't we? Because that's always a problem.
Yeah.
And I think your colleague was saying even when they did put the drive in, for example,
it didn't really work that well.
It didn't work because they hadn't put it in properly. So I think we're all trying to come away from manual intervention when it comes to backup, because it's always causing massive problems. Do you get involved with Exchange at all?
No, not really. I want to start getting into it, but slowly.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So,
but do you know whether your colleagues actually have to deal with a lot of Exchange issues or Outlook issues?
Outlook issues I have to deal with.
Okay, tell me about your Outlook issues.
A lot of people, for some reason, their send and receive isn't working. I have to configure it to their SMTP, their POP3, put their ports and etc. in, which for some reason sometimes just goes wrong out of nowhere. They haven't touched it, but